Yeah, usually when you think of edge banding, you think of furniture making, you know, where you want to seal off some end grain. So first of all, let's talk about why would we use edge banding. Edge banding is, the reason you would use it is to cover end grain. Now obviously this has a print on it from the factory where they produce this plywood, and if this was left exposed, that would be really ugly on a where you need a finished edge. Now this right here is solid wood, and you can see obviously there's no, you know, plies in it because it's a real tree, it's from a real tree. But the problem with this is it only comes so wide. You know, you can find, the biggest I could find these knotty alder boards yesterday was like 8 inches. So it depends on what the supplier has and everything like that. So what we can do if we want to get a finished edge like this is use an edge banding. And the benefit of that is you can rip this however big you need it. You know, I got this 10-inch piece of plywood, and then I got another, you know, 20-inch piece right here. And then I can edge band it and it'll look like the actual, you know, like an actual solid piece. And this is the edge band right here. All you're gonna do with this, you're just gonna take a roll of edge band, lay it out proud so it's past where you need it. You can cut it, you can trim it later with the razor. So you'll lay it out. Then I'll go about an inch past where I need. Then I'll just bend it and then tear it off. I mean, stuff's real easy to use. So now that I have a piece of edge banding, what I'll do is I'll stand up my board, the side that I want to conceal, and I'll just hold it. What you can do is just push it to one side like that. So the only side, like if I have it flush over here, the only side I have to clean up is the other side. So I'll put it about right there, right past where that piece of tape is. And I'll try to keep it, you know, straight right here. And as I work this edge band, I'm gonna try to keep it flush on this side. And as I work down, it's gonna be glued down. Now the way this works is on this side of the edge banding, there's a glue that's heat activated. So once I put the iron on there, this is an iron-on edge band, then it'll actually adhere to the piece of wood, the plywood. So I'll just get that straightened out right there, and then I'll start ironing. You just want to move it around because you don't want to, I mean, it's just like ironing a shirt. You don't want to just leave it there, it'll burn it. This stuff's pretty thin, and it doesn't take too much heat to activate that glue. And what I'm doing here, I'm using my thumb as a guide as I'm moving the edge banding down. So it's flush on this side. Like if you come look on this side, it looks like a real thick piece of wood now. And like I said, this is kind of like a furniture maker's thing, but this is something I picked up that we actually need to do today. So I'm pushing it down pretty firm, and I stay in the same spot. I go about a 12-inch span right here, and I do that for about 5 seconds. You can feel when it's grabbing. I mean, obviously all that's already grabbing. And I'll look at it at the end and see if I need to, you know, hit any other spots that I may have not got as good as the others. And I noticed too that, you know, as much as I'm trying to keep this up against the side that's closest to me, I can see already, I mean, right here I've got an overhang, but that's completely fine. I'll show you how to clean that up. I got a full-on overhang on the other side, so we'd have to clean that up anyways. And it's just a slow process, really. Getting it on there. I mean, in the big scheme of things, it's pretty quick, but you do got to take your time and make sure you push down firm and everything. But it's as easy as it looks. I mean, there's no special skill to this. You're just ironing. So there we go. That's the edge banding, how to get it to adhere to the edge of the plywood. Now, what I can do, see, I got it pretty good right here at the beginning. I mean, I got off right here a little bit. But what I'll need to do is I'll just take the iron. I mean, of course, over here, I purposely hung it over because I wanted to get it flush on this side. So now what I'll do is I'll take that iron and I'll just kind of tilt this, and then I'll make a crease, breaking that right where it's on the edge there. And I'll go ahead and do it to this side too, just to make sure. Like I had that one bad spot right here. I can just put some pressure on that. But what I need to do, see how easy this stuff breaks? What you need to have next is a new solid razor blade, which I have right here. So when you have a good razor blade, what you can do is just hold it on the edge of the wood and use the wood as like a fence and just drag it across. So I'm using the plywood as a guide and just pulling it towards me very slowly. And I could probably get this all in one strip across the whole board. But if you have a dull blade, it makes it really hard. Now what I'll do at this point, you can see that's a pretty good bond right there. I had that one problem side over here. Where was it? Right here. And the rest of the side was pretty good. It's just that one that got a little off. Now all I got to do, I'll get a super fine sanding sponge and I'll knock that down, and we'll get a close-up on this, show you guys the difference before and after. So here goes that sanding sponge. But look at that corner now. I mean, you can see the edge band hanging off right here, but on the corner, after the sanding sponge, it's basically a seamless transition that nobody would ever notice that it's edge banded. So it's a pretty cool method. I'll just go ahead and sand the rest of this board, and I got to do the other side, then I got another board to do, but it's all the same process. So that's how you edge band, typically a furniture making thing. But hey, I'm on the job site today out in the field using edge banding for interior trim. So you never know when you may need to use this. So it hides the plies and the plywood, and it seals off that end grain really nice. Makes it look like a solid piece. Hey, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care. Welcome back to the job site, everyone. Just finishing up an orange here. Sorry, I kind of look like a dork wearing all this gear. I'm working on some first-person videos. This should hopefully be out by the end of this week. But anyways, we're going to talk about edge banding today. But it's as easy as it looks. I mean, there's no special skill to this. You're just ironing. So the women would probably be really good at edge banding. Just kidding. Man. We use it too in trim. It's crazy. That's the real world. Definitely gonna get dislikes for that.